Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. In the last episode, we had to deal with a dummy holding a dummy in the trial room, and my god, the circus is just... wow. But you know what? This is why it's inspired me to do it's a long story, but I love coming up with video game designs. One particular one is Paper Mario, and one of the worlds is circus themed. And this is kind of why I chose circus, because, oh my god, everyone's freaky at the circus. Today we are going to be dealing with the second part of today's trial. It sounds like Franziska von Karma is about to send in the clowns. Let's hope that we can crack some eggs. Okay, let's go. We are going to save. We are now on part 2 of the trial. Also, hopefully my yawning has stopped, because that's a big thing that I apparently do, is yawn all the time. It took us nearly 2 hours to get to this point. Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Oh, sorry. Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... it means that the ringmaster must have taken the costume and went out looking for Max. Fabulous! That is that's a fabulously possible possibility. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to do when I grew up. Magician or president. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Yeah, that is a good question. Where is his cloak? Sounds like the cloak and the rose are both going to be key items to find to crack the investigation. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is back in session. Ms. Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls... Lawrence? Why did she call him pitiful clown? Also, why are they in costume? Why are they not in suits? The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. Hold on, I want to read that. It won't let me go back. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited for this sort of situation. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How was that one? But a couple of clowns who were... Your name? Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Moe the Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 the day of the murder, correct? Yes it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. You will please testify to what you saw that evening. A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian! Without the humor, please. Okay. Oh, poor Moe can't be his normal stoogey self in court. Why is the carrot on a string? I know, I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laugh at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. A clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try to make everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? Aren't we the ones who's supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness. Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of the case. Really? You'll hear me out? Well, I'll make sure one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. The real testimony. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness's account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter? Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. Oh! That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. You gotta find some kind of contradiction. I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster to the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you're not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Okay. So for now, I need details. You said that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See, that's the thing. How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock, that's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. Let's not make it 8 p.m., alright, Moe? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of clowning around. Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony? It was so boring. You have no idea how tired I was. I was pooped. You were pooped that night. Yes, I was very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that, as they say, happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear kids really love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. I've got a good reply, though. That joke was so funny, it earned you a penalty. Yikes! That's when I saw 2 silhouettes. They were a bit far away. Okay, so I can't actually press every statement. If you had to say exactly how far away were they, let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say about 30 feet from the window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away. That's right, I had been thinking about it over and over since that night, but things didn't really make sense until I spoke with prosecutor Miss Von Karma. But now I am 100% certain that it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw that night. Just thinking about it, how could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols. Lawyers nowadays, do you even have to go to school anymore for that one? Say it with Uncle Moe! See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. It must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza! Enough foolishness. Get back on track. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked on the head. Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the complete random of sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you see everything, didn't you? Well, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Moe, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what's waiting for you. A nice penalty. This is a bit Okay, since my next choice will end my file, of course I do. Of course I have grounds to make this claim. Then let's hear it. That's something I can't share with you at this time. What did you just say, Mr. Wright? I know there's something wrong with this testimony, but I can't put why I feel this way into words for the judge. Maybe we should get a bit more information. Once we find something more solid, we can give it another shot. Okay. I failed. I think I never failed the previous round, though. The previous game. Okay. Of course I don't. Well, see, right now, I don't have a clear basis to be thinking that. Then this is just another one of your pointless efforts to badger my witness. Miss Von Karma. This time, I do not feel the need to treat Mr. Wright so harshly. What he said, bailed out by the judge. What an honor indeed. For his display, I think a verbal censor would be best. You know the rules. There's no room for baseless hounding in this courtroom. You know, Moe's testimony and what he told us yesterday are kind of different. You just happened to glance out the window? You could say that. You could say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls. Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Exactly why did you look out the window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, once you had tucked yourself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud and sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Owie, owie, ow. That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best, Moe, if Moe were to revise his testimony. Okay. And that's what made me look outside. He was wearing his cloak. Okay. Let's continue pressing this. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like... I apologize for that cut, guys, because my system froze my display screen and then my entire computer just kind of went silent. And then my screens went dark, and then they lit up and went dark and lit up and went dark, and I don't know what happened. But we did lose, I think, at least one line. Moe was saying that he was trying to figure out what the sound sounded like, and now we're on the next page. So we're going to continue. Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. How do you know that I was going to make a joke? I guess that the sound sounded like, I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something really hard. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Honestly, someone getting hit, huh? What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... Okay, so you press on the third and then you press here. You say that you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head. Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. Well, now we know he couldn't have seen what was clonked.
Objection!
Okay. So we've already gone over this, and I didn't have the evidence. Now I do. I've got a great reason to make that my claim. And I suppose you'll be telling us with great reason? Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Moe said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Moe just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Moe is to be believed when he said he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. In 1972, a crack! Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, hi, you're back from your jog? Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma. Tampering the witnesses again. So now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster. Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say. Oh! Mr. Curls! Your Honor. You did not witness the actual crime. However, you say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over, and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well, then please testify to this silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only belong to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes? It is a decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. All right, Mr. Wright. Commence your cross-examination. The silhouette. Okay. Let's go this. The witnesses... I presented the wrong thing. This. I'm gonna lose this. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols. I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Moe, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols. Yeah, everyone get ready, all together now. Silcat, cloak, white roses. What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Moe? Do you like pie? I love pie. 3.14159. Order. Moe, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the white roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of the case? Clearly not. He's just toying with this court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilo's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How can you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup? Trilo saw them all. Trilo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims that there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt in this contradiction. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this... Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature? I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there is no contradiction in his next statement, I'm prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling? Nick, this is our last chance. The Silhouette, Part 2. Okay. There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that, especially the Silk Hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. You've got one last chance at this. Just one chance. I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you're going to prove me there is a contradiction with Mr. Curls' statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusation. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. It's gonna be either 3 or 4. Present. This wouldn't happen to be the Silk Hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind. Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Ms. Von Karma, where exactly was the silk cat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. That's not true! Mr. Curls. Yes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of all this? Are you old enough to know better than to behave in this court? That's not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously. Why? Just because you're sitting above me, no matter how old I get, I'll always be younger than you? Why? Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Moe? What do you want? You just said he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that. Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. The witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is it all right with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is, how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you to say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. That would be this one. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. So, Moe, how exactly did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait a second! You guys can't just ignore everything I said. Fine, fine. I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes? The testimony you've provided until now has been false. It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene, especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Order, order. I will have order. Franziska von Karma, how could you? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have the exact same opinion I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you saw, Mr. Curls. You're not gonna believe, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. The truth. The guy flew away. Everything I said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw. This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was, how do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of the crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believed the other witnesses. Why won't you believe me? Especially since it's not the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about it? What he said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up. Which means that he was telling the truth? That's what I think. Nick, wait! That means that Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Ow! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I can't wrap my head around how this could actually happen. You imbecile. If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reasoning behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. December 29th, 2:33, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared? Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secrets to the trick. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. To be continued. Ugh, this episode gave me a headache because I had so little to work with. Why? Why did it give me so little flexible room? Okay, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. So let's jump to the next scene, which is this way. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you liked what you saw, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Mash the like button and subscribe if you have not for more Phoenix Wright content. Next time, we're going to be investigating the mystery of the footprintless murderer. How did this murderer leave the crime scene without leaving any prints behind? It definitely seems like this murder was planned, and it definitely was supposed to make Max seem suspicious. But I guess the only other result is Max would have had to reveal the secret of his magic trick, which breaks the cardinal rule of magicians: never reveal your secret. And if it comes down to it, well, then I guess Max would have to break the rule, but we need to make it so he doesn't. If you guys enjoyed, we will see you next time where we continue this investigation. Later!